Work permit is for sale. Today's video I'm going to tell you guys about such thing as LMIA. You probably heard about it, but many people do not know what it is. So we will talk in detail what it is, how much it costs, who pays for it to the Canadian government, and how to get you sponsored to come to work to Canada. I know you first want to talk about money, so I have some Canadian dollars. Look at this shiny, beautiful, colorful money. I like it actually. You see, I don't know who the guy is on the front here. That's the guy. There is a queen here on 20 Canadian dollars. Look, it's transparent. There is another queen here, and there is some building there. Look, it's cool money. I mean, green like US dollars, but at the same time they're colorful, and I think it's way more expensive than US dollars. I personally like Canadian dollars more. So you need about 1,000 Canadian dollars to get your LMIA, but it's paid by your employer. Now let me explain what is LMIA in simple words. Number one, it's a document that helps Canada to bring in people from other countries. Number two, it's a document that prevents people from other countries to come to Canada. You're like, what the hell prevents people from coming to Canada? What is it? So basically it is a document that helps to regulate economy in Canada. Canadian government wants to bring enough people to do certain kind of jobs. So if they need professionals in a certain field, they let the employers bring people from another countries, the people that they need for work in Canada. At the same time, they don't want the employers to take advantage of those people, and they don't want those employers to bring those people that Canada does not require. So the process is this. Employer brings a person from another country and says, I need that professional from that country to do the job in Canada. And Canadian government comes back to the employer. They want to see if the employer is legit. They want to see if the employer did the proper research and if the employer tried to hire a Canadian. Because Canadians first. The Canadians are always first. If you're thinking immigration is not for Canadians, it's for immigrants, you're wrong. Immigration is always for Canadian economy, for Canadians. So if Canadian economy requires people to do certain jobs and they don't have it here, go ahead, bring in people. If employer is trying to save money and bring someone from another country to Canada, that's when Canadian government says no. You hire a Canadian, you would have to pay more money to that person, because people would agree, right? Do you agree with me or not? Comment in the comments below and smash the like button, because people would bring like lots of Ukrainians, lots of other people from other countries would come here for less money to do qualified labor jobs because they want to come to Canada. Alright, so if they would bring a person to do a job for a minimum wage in Canada, they should first try to hire a person in Canada, and with certain skills and qualification, the same person in Canada would only agree to work for double of that amount. So for an employer, it is cheaper to bring someone out of Canada to do that kind of job. And that's when Canadian government kicks in and they say no. If you're bringing in someone from another country, you not only pay them well, you pay them more. And you cannot restructure your company, lay off. It shouldn't be influencing the Canadians who are working for that employer. You cannot lay off people just because you're bringing that person. So they want to protect Canadians, and they want to bring those people that are legitimately required in Canada. Those people that Canada needs. It costs $1,000. Now that's the price that I said work permit is for sale. Well, it is for sale technically by Canadian government. Employers are the ones that are paying for it. Make sure not a single employer asks you to do that, because it will get you in trouble and the employer in trouble, and you might be even kicked out of the country, God knows. So employer has to pay for it. It's solely on employer. They're not allowed to deduct that amount from your pay if they are sponsoring you to Canada. If you'd be like, who does LMIA? I'll tell you, it's ESDC, Economical and Social Development Canada. I might be wrong. The organization is basically, they have all the statistical data on the information on the market. They know what's going on. okay, they know the unemployment rates, they know how much professional the economy needs, they have that kind of insight into the government statistical data, okay guys, and they would say, do we need this kind of people? We don't need this kind of people. So your employer gets a document like that, they fill it out, they pay $1,000 processing fee, and they throw it at the ESDC, yeah, Economical and Social Development Canada. Those guys look at the documentation and they check several things. They see the economical impact, the market situation, if the employer did the proper research, like an employer has to post a posting on a job bank Canada, they have to do like month of research trying to hire someone else from Canada for your position, and then they say, well, government, I do apologize, but I could not find as good person as this one, and I want to bring that person to Canada. And that employer, government comes back to them and they say, are you paying that person enough money? Are you not going to lay off Canadians? And how is it going to influence the workforce? So they go through those thresholds, and then we'll make sure that employer is not doing it to save money. Employer is doing it because they need to do it. And if their employer is meeting expectation of Economical and Social Development Canada, that's when the government gives the green light and say you can bring a professional from another country to work in Canada. So what is LMIA for you? If you don't smash the like button, I'm telling you guys, you have to do it because it is your dream. You're one step away from becoming Canadian permanent resident. It gives you a lot of points for the express entry, and if you have LMIA, like people dream to get it, you probably have enough points to do your permanent residency, your immigration as a permanent resident, come here and start living in Canada. So you are like this close to becoming permanent resident, and if that is what you want, LMIA is that's what you need. Okay guys, before we get done, I just want to tell you a couple of things. They're very important right now. Number one, it is a clickbait because you can buy it. Your employer is paying for it, so you cannot technically buy it. Number two, if someone tells you that they can sell it to you, do not believe that. Usually it's a scam. They will just take your money. Number one, it's illegal. Number two, it's probably a scam. And number three, don't do anything stupid to come to Canada. Do it the proper way, because you might lose your only chance to come here. And believe me, Canadian government, they will most likely find out the scheme and you'll get in trouble. But most likely you're just going to lose your money because those people are going to cheat you, because no employer is going to go for it. They don't want to mess with Canadian government. They can be charged even criminally probably. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. And that's another point. I'm not an immigration lawyer. I am not a licensed consultant, and I am not allowed to provide this kind of services. Don't even text me and say, can you do my documents? Can you look at my situation? Because I do not do that. That's not my business. I'm just here sharing the information that I know, and that's available for you online. I'll leave the links in the description of this video for you guys. Make sure you check them out. And if you need a consultant, you can always find one. There's a bunch of them in Canada. Make sure you don't fall into those scams that I know there are people who are going to try to get your money, so you never pay for it. Even the employer who is going to ask you for the $1,000, probably it's a fake employer, because they are not allowed to do that. So the work permit is for sale is not exactly accurate, because you cannot buy it. The employer has to pay your way to Canada. That's how LMIA works. And if you are on the stage where it's positive, congratulations, now you can apply for your work permit and come to Canada. You're just this much away from becoming a permanent resident. Congratulations to you guys. Comment, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you next video. Have a good one, guys. Take care. We'll see you next video. See you.